decide anything. I'm just here.
I think
Well, no, but somebody's going to decide it.
what we know is from there to the wall is 50 feet, and certainly if this was left as a forest, you could still see, still see into it.
Same thing from that.
Yeah,
This sign of the wall is 50 feet.
50 feet. And I know when we looked at our meeting with the photograph of the whole forest area, 50 feet didn't really look like that much. And I know we had debated 50 feet or 100 feet, especially from the road. I think we have to look at this as, one is a forest, two is a visual of it, as people get coming up Mammoth Road, and also, from the view on Town Common, especially in the fall, where you at least get a little bit of color in here. Oaks don't give an awful lot of color anyway. But at least the visual that this is still a forest, a rustic atmosphere. In fact, the old picnic area was over in there. So it was set back away from the common a bit to keep this as still a forest.
My bet was it wasn't used, it was too buggy. It was in the middle of the forest.
Oh, is that it? I mean, it's a fact of life in New England. Unless you go to the northern part of Vermont, that the mountains, you don't have bugs.
It's real buggy over here.
Yeah,
it's real. I mean, with the concerts, and we know that from mid-July on, it's brutal. Buggy wise.
You're not going to do much about that unless either you're going to have to spray heavily, or you're going to have to defoliate a large area.
Could I ask a question? When you open up part of this, what are you going to do to the stone wall? Are you going to make paths through it, openings, or are you going to decimate it? Because my wife is not here and she's not feeling well, and she would be wanting to know what you're going to do with every stone. If you're going to just wipe it out, I know you're going to get some fight from a lot of people, including my wife.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people would be disturbed, and I think the way I look at it is you really want to leave that wall intact. I mean, it's a nice
if you're going to have people walking through, it says to have a gate or something. I mean, opening in those stone walls.
Yeah, I mean, there's an opening over here but we came through.
You might need to put a set. This is the cleared area, and this is the picnic area. I would envision.
Yeah.
You would want to put at least a 6 or 8 foot opening there for people to pass through. Otherwise, they're going to be climbing over it.
I think you might want to address that. No, what I see happening is what I see happening here all summer long. People jump that wall, and that act alone is knocking rocks and stones off the top of the wall. So it might have to be addressed some way,
I think
some tasteful, appropriate way.
Yeah, I think.
But it's probably something that the Heritage Commission would probably have to deliberate on.
We're here to cooperate and talk about forest management. The Heritage Commission is going to deal with the stone wall.
I know Maryland has very strong opinions on stone walls, and I would definitely probably take her direction on that.
We also have the book now.
Yes.
What's the actual start date for where they actually look at beginning work?
After Old Home Day.
Right. I have concern about that because in September 9th or 10th, we have
we could do it after that.
Very well established art show.
No, we could do it. No problem.
And I would be very concerned that we've got trucks in here,
you're
people
absolutely
cutting
right.
trees while we're out here with 60 artists on the town.
Even though I come to it every year, I forgot about it.
We would see
so I really want to make sure.
No problem with that.
And that's me speaking as an art council member.
Well, that's
after the bugs go away too, so that's a nice time to use the comment.
But I think it's going to be coordinated what activities are going on in common, so that's under...
Could I follow up on my question on the stone wall? If you have the open behind you, I'm thinking of some trees, a central location, wherever. Are you bringing anything in, or are you going to leave it rough landscape here? Was anything been said about the little dips and everything?
They would stump it and fill in, grade it and seed it so that it could be used. And that's part of the contract. And as I said, all of this was a little vague for me and Charlie because I really don't know what the town people want. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of things, a lot of ideas out here, and we're kind of back where we were a few years ago, which was we all had so many ideas and then we just couldn't implement any of them. I really think that you guys, you got to sit down and have a working committee. I think we understand that the Heritage has a vote Conservation Commission is trying to help out by addressing the forestry issue. We don't have any, we have nothing invested in how much space we cut or what you do on it. That's not our job.
If the decision
But
is no picnic area, fine. We're advocating forest management here, and if there's no picnic area, then we've missed the opportunity while we're doing the forest harvest to clear that area. You know.
Yeah, I think that's definitely for discussion. I think there's agreement anyway on, you know, we definitely need to have the area forest, you know, for its still be around the next 2 generations, 3 generations.
Yeah,
Well,
the trees are not as healthy as they could be.
Yeah, maybe what we should look at is where they would be coming in, what they would be taken down as trees just to, you know, access of the parcel here. And they would be coming in from the west side, wouldn't they?
Down there.
Yes.
Yeah, west.
Yeah.
She says it, she makes
Yes.
sense. We could get some more information about that. It's not, I mean, they're big, it's like a trash truck. They're big,
Yeah.
but they're,
But I mean, if they're going to take down trees anyway to do it, there's going to be some open space. Maybe that would be the space to utilize for.
but it wouldn't be here. It would be
Yeah.
down there. They would cut the trees up here, over there, down in that corner, and then drag them down to the landing area, and then they would load them on the big trucks.
Yeah.
And so, as I say, it would provide a nice access from the orchard to any of those trail systems you would like to put together, which I think would be a great thing. When we talked about that, 5 or 6 years ago, I was out with a group.
What kind of meanders down there? At least several years ago. I went tramped through here.
And again, the trail system could be, you know, we have the trails group, but they're kind of not as active as they used to be. But a Boy Scout troop.
Just to inform you that there is a water tap on this side of Pillsbury Road where you drive in that was put in earlier and is there. So there is a water tap there that is hitched into the water line and what have you. So when skidders and everything are moving, you want to watch
I don't think we want them to come in that way at all. But I think it's handy for our utilization. So there is water, or public water on the common,
but it's inaccessible because all it is tap water.
Right. At this point, if
there's no outlet.
If we want to put money into having a outlet there, it's possible.
But just wanted everyone to be aware of that as well.
What else, Arthur, do you need as a commission to render a decision? You know, there was a continuance to May 22nd.
Yeah,
since it seemed to be that the harvest would go forward.
Maybe a good idea. Yeah. Probably, you know, like for Charlie to, you know, kind of chart out what, you know, at least something we've got some visuals to work with on areas they're going to utilize to perform the operation and everything, and maybe some more of the detail. I think we definitely want stuff left here anyway, and I think there's going to be stuff left here, and I think he's very capable of, you know, taking out, you know, so that it's going to be, you know, properly maintained growth. I think the argument mostly, or I should probably part of the discussion, is the size of the picnic area and the location of the picnic area.
And you guys are going to determine that. So.
Yeah, and that's something we can
let us know what size and where.
Right.
Yeah,
and I think we can get together with Tim, and he can do some work on, you know, setback and everything, the size of the area where it could fit, and then we can always do another walk too before the hearing.
See, actually, as far as your buffer on the road, and this is just me talking as someone, you know, thinking this out right now, because this is so open, because there's so little of the understory shrubs or the small saplings that would block a view, I think if you cut trees in here, you're still going to have the same kind of view. I think that this is so open already. You can see out there and you can see in. So, I guess unless you project
A follow-up on Chet's question about stone wall and what you were just saying, because as an individual, maybe it's me, I could be the weirdo here. If this is a historic zone, I find it odd that the Historic Commission would approve doing something with that wall. It seems like an oxymoron to me. It would seem you'd be protective of the wall and not want to have openings. And we've beaten up businesses constantly over walls, and here's our Historic Commission saying, yeah, let's